Hello.
Morning.
How are you?
Good, good.
Amazing to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. So where are you?
I'm in Canada.
Ah, Canada. So what time is it?
It is 4 p.m. On Friday.
Okay. So it's 8 a.m. on Saturday. So crazy.
Where are you in
Australia.
sorry?
Australia.
Where in Australia though?
Queensland, Sunshine Coast. I recently moved from South Australia. It's too cold in
Okay.
Netherlands. So yeah, I lived there for
Amazing.
9 years and yeah, no, it's better on Sunshine Coast, much warmer.
Amazing. Amazing.
So where
I
do you
was
live
there.
in Canada?
I'm in Edmonton, Alberta.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
What's the
so I'm on the
temperature? What's the weather?
it's like plus 12, 13 right now.
Okay, not bad. Not so
Yeah.
cold. So
Yeah, it's good.
summer's coming, isn't it?
Yeah, it's starting. It's starting to get warmer. It was nice. I sat outside and like enjoyed the sun a little bit today. It was beautiful.
It's winter coming here. It's so funny. Everything is opposite.
Yeah. But it's beautiful there. I was just there. I mean, I just returned back probably maybe 3 months ago. So I was there all over Sydney and Sunshine Coast, Byron
Hmm.
Bay, uh, Gold Coast, Brisbane, things like this.
So it was February, January. It was pretty hot here. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I used to live in Brisbane long time ago too. So I spent a lot of time in Australia. It's a great place.
So why did you move to Canada?
I,
Like,
I I really move everywhere, wherever I feel like I need to be. I follow spirit. I don't the world is my playground. The world is my home.
yeah, yeah,
I go where I'm called.
yeah. That's like, people ask me, where are you originally from? What do you mean? From this planet?
Wisdom, there you go. So how do you are you also in the Tony Robbins environment?
Where, sorry? On what, sorry?
Are you friends with Renat? Is that how you got
Rinat,
to know?
yes. So yeah. Oh, here he is. So
Oh,
yeah, I just met Rinat from Aaron, our coach from Tony Robinson. So
amazing, amazing. Yeah. It's cool. So you've been to some of the Tony events?
yes, just recently, but it was unfortunately only online, not like face to face, but still,
Which
yeah.
ones?
Um, Unleash the power,
Okay. What do you like most about it?
limiting beliefs, and priming, and try it.
I love it. I love it. What do you feel? What are you gonna be going on a date with Destiny or
I'm not sure. I've been following Tony probably for 10 years now, so it's not really something like, new. So, and I've been with coach like for a year now with Aaron. So, yeah.
hmm hmm Cool. And what are you up to in the world? You said you work on you have different projects.
Yeah, currently, so people around me say it's just a dream, but I see it's quite a real project. I call it Baby Resort. So I came up with this idea during Tony's event.
Morning, morning.
Morning.
Hello.
So eventually I can see you.
Yes, how are you?
Not just texting during the night, exchanging business plans.
Yes.
Good to
Uh,
see you, brother. How are you?
good, good. Just got a
Amazing.
different computer trying to make things work here. So,
I love it. I love it. And how's been your week? Good?
oh my God, this week has been just crazy. I think, yes, I need to apologize to Olga. I just dropped out somewhere on Tuesday.
That's okay.
Uh, so I work at a school, and this week is obviously the first week of the school, and we are launching a new campus, which is a lot of new stuff happening,
Mm.
plus all the other things that like we mentioned, we launched our business, so a lot of stuff happening on that side as well.
Cool, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it, man. That's what it's all about. It's making things happen and grounding it. So, speaking of grounding, why are people calling your idea a dream there, Olga? I'm curious to know why.
Uh, because it takes some money, like, at least 50 mil. And it's like not like creating infrastructure for mining when everyone can understand and like, pretty like, usual things. So yeah, but I sent, I don't know, Renat, if you have had a chance to have a look at numbers. Yeah, it seems pretty viable from money-wise, business initiative. It's not just, so it started from like, I'm a surfer and I've been surfing like for 5 years. So I started quite, old. I'm 45. So, but I've seen, I've been in different places, like different surf camps, different coaches everywhere. And it's everywhere just the same problem, like, for women. Most of people don't realize it, because it's man dominated, like, male dominated. I wouldn't call it sport. It's a lifestyle, not style, life. Very competitive, very aggressive, and who is the best surfer gets the most waves. And women have very different psychology, I would say, and they have tendency to be in groups. And there's a lot of people, women looking globally for this experience. So we're like, okay, why don't we do? And I have like, a group in Adelaide. I created like, they all, and just started with WhatsApp. Just go surf together. I'm scared to go by myself, even like, not about surf because of all this, competition in a way. And yeah, it's not only about, so this is only one kind of reason. Another one is getting this technical experience, technical skills and experience. Experience, I mean, having all this. So it's not just surfing, it's going through all this. So you start in the morning, you wake up at 5, you go through all this preparation before surf, you do some recovery session. So it's whole complex for you to progress very quickly in surfing, because most of people, that's still ultimate goal. Like, everyone wants to progress, get better wave, perform better on a wave and just get waves and just get this experience being on a wave. So, and all artificial pools, if you look globally, there is plenty of them, like 300 at the moment. They all focused only on technical aspects, and they don't focus on like, like a holiday destination theme, what people look at when they go on surf camp. When they go on surf camp somewhere like Bali, Sri Lanka, I don't know, Hawaii. So you look for all these, fruits, colorful, warm palms, ocean, all this, holiday time, a nice resort. So usually a wave is something really focused on technical, and it's quite often cold. So it's chlorinated water. So it's completely different. So it's very artificial, very technical and not natural. So it's not about enjoying. So, and if you want to bring your family, I don't know, pets or whatever. So it's again, it's like artificial pools globally. It's like just continuous what's happening on the wave in the ocean. So it's all focused on male, So women need very different experience. Sorry, I talk too much.
No, you're not talking too much, only if you feel like it. But the question I'm curious to know about is, what's unique about it? Hi, Nicole.
Hi.
Hello,
How
hello.
are you?
Good.
Nicole.
Where are you coming from?
Torquay, Australia.
Oh, amazing. So amazing to meet you.
You too.
Nice to meet you,
Well,
Nicole. You're from our massive Action Takers group, right?
Yes.
Yes. So all three of us, we have the same coach.
nice. I love it. This Aaron gentleman.
Yes, Aaron Lee.
Sweet, amazing. I love it. It's what is Aaron Tony coach?
Yes, results coaching.
Oh, okay, cool, amazing. I love it. Yeah, I mean, how's Aaron doing? Good job.
Well, we are here. Given the ceremony, I think it shows that we are
I love it.
somewhat
That's cool.
proactive.
Yeah, I mean, I think that there's so much value in any of but I believe that the coach lies in each and every one of us. We're all just mirrors of each other, right? Right? Like that's the greatest gift is identifying that wisdom in one another, and so that as a result we can start learning from each other. So it's always cool. I mean, I think that's the gift. But no, Nick, sorry, Olga, I was gonna just ask you, and my apologies, Nicole. I'd love to know a little bit about you as we continue, but just one question before that. Olga, do you mind just quickly sharing like what's unique about it compared to any other resort?
So it's not only resorts, it's for surfers. So if you can imagine surf camp, so when
Mhm.
people go chasing good waves and you spend half a year planning this trip and you come and this amazing place and there is no swell or there is a storm or so you can't surf and you're so upset like okay for till next camp. So this is kind of this idea camp, but camp is usually something like very basic, something like cheap, like sleeping in a tent. It's what people hear. So when you say resort, it's a good accommodation, like 3 levels, like villa, guest house, just usual apartments. So you don't have to really surf. You can just stay in this resort. But the main idea is to surf, to progress, to have coaches, to have surf academy, to have special equipment to progress. Because when it comes to surfing, if you surf like 1 hour, in reality, you get 6, 7 waves and you spend like 15 seconds on a wave. How much can you learn? Like, being 1 minute for in an hour. So you need a lot outside of this, like, being in a water experience. And when it comes to sunshine, that's really lovely place, really good weather, all year round. It's my idea that's it available 24/7. That's Australian problem. Was one of the first things when I came to Australia, why everything closed like after 5 p.m. I can't go shopping. When all customers come back and want to buy something, everything's closed. On some public holiday, you just people go crazy and you can't just go anywhere and it's just
I'd say it's still better than Germany. My first trip was in Germany. 5 p.m. everything is closed, and Saturday, Sunday, good luck.
So this is 24/7 facility, so with the lights, so you can go and surf wherever you want. So whenever suits you, you guarantee get this experience. And it's not just technical cold, like, in Melbourne and new pool is coming in Sydney. We're like, Melbourne is really cold. Most of the time it's cold. You have to wear always, gloves, hoods, boots, everything, just in you, like, spaceman. So it's completely different experience, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's like and as I said, they're focused on women as well. So there's always spa, massage, always, things, even you can bring your pet.
I love it. I love it. And do you have any competitors, or do you feel like there are competitors in Australia?
This is very fast growing industry, and we have only 2 pools in Australia. It's in Melbourne acting and coming in the middle of May in Sydney. There's the same company, the same business. And whoever ever built a wave pool, it costs exactly the same amount of money. And it's quite a lot of them actually in America. So yeah, they're all focused on technical. So you look, it's like, concrete lagoon, concrete building around concrete people. So it's completely different, It's not sunshine style.
Yeah, yeah, of course. I mean, the natural is always the best.
Morning, Stuart.
Amazing.
Hey, morning, everyone.
Morning.
Excellent. Hey, we got some new faces too. How good.
Good to see you, brother.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. It's
Uh,
been a big week at this end, which has been exciting. So, yeah.
Right. Nice, nice, nice. I'd love to hear a little bit about Nicole since we don't really know you yet, Nicole, if it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you want to know?
Well, maybe tell us a little bit about what you love in life, what inspires you, what brings you here, and what you're working on right now.
Oh my Lord, that's big.
Good.
What I love in life. Oh man, there's lots of things I love in life. Every day is a joy. I love scuba diving. I love hanging out with my friends. I love hanging out with my family. I love what else? My best friend and all our animals that we've got, and yeah, so that's what I love. What was the next one? It was weird.
What brings you here and what are you creating in the world?
What brings me here? So I'm a newbie plat, so I'm kind of trying to immerse myself in everything and everybody and meet as many interesting and challenging people as I can, because that's how you get growth, is to be challenged and not to be complacent and sitting comfortable. I don't like comfortable. I never have. I've always done things differently. And what I'm working on, I'm working on a range of different offerings in the world. So I'm kind of as odd bod because I've got like a muggle company and a magical company. So it's kind of like I'm very left brained and right brained. So I've got my company that creates systems for companies to work properly and to scale and to be able to move in the world as easily as possible and do all the boring back end stuff that people don't like doing. And then on my magical side, I'm an astrologer and a healer and a medium. So it's kind of like polar opposites.
Wow.
Or is it?
Yeah, well, maybe it's just to keep me balanced.
Yeah. I
But
love it.
it makes for interesting.
Right. What are you building? Is there anything that you're building now, or are you just really focusing on the internal building process?
Well, I'm doing some internal building. I'm doing some external building. I'm doing some course creation at the moment, which is really interesting. So yeah, I'm doing a bit of everything.
Love it. Love it. Inspiring. What
Trying to,
inspires you?
trying to do all the different touch points in my life.
Yeah, of course. Beautiful.
I'm
You
trying
got to
to,
keep it colorful, right?
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
I feel a bit better now because I was thinking like it's just me that's trying to do everything all at once.
My coach said the other day, she's gone, I know you can multitask, but maybe you don't need to do 78 things at once. Maybe it can be just 16.
Love it.
Well, you see, the thing is, it's like I have to do one thing at a time, but I can do I could focus here and then I could finish that task and then I allow that type of project or person to run with it. And then I turn here and then I talk with this person and they run with that. And then I talk with, so it's always been fascinating is, there's this beautiful saying, leaders create leaders, right? So when you can manifest that through the human action of the people that are around you, you can actually do thousands of things if you know 1,000 people that are leaders in different fields and areas.
Oh, yeah, no, but I take on projects where you do a little bit over here, and then while you're waiting for something else, you go do a little bit over here, and then you're waiting for something else, and then you can do that one, this one, that one, and that one all at the same time. There's no focus on one thing.
Nicole, there is a study saying like women can, feel happy when they think they do 6 things simultaneously, So we can't focus on one thing just too boring and depressive. We need to do literally 6 things at the same time.
Anthropologically, there's a reason for that. There's actually a reason why men do it one way and women do it the other way. It's because in caveman times, men went out to hunt. And so they were singly focused on hunting and getting the beast and bringing it back. When women went out, they had the children, they had to watch for predators, they had to watch the children, they had to sort through the berries that they were collecting to make sure that they weren't collecting poisonous ones, and they were doing all of that simultaneously. And so that's why our brains are actually completely wired differently.
So I challenge that because that's it's a feminine and masculine approach. And so what I mean by that is that the nature of that, the nature nurture component of that, it still gives you the artistic expression of being able to do multiple different things at once because you're constantly utilizing a different part of your brain where you can know that there's a couple different pieces in a different project that need to be manifested through a different source of human action. But in the moment, you're still able to focus on the thing that's right in front of you. So it still is the capability of manifesting that with the masculine and feminine versus the male and the female. And that's the nature of our spirit. And when we evolve to that level of evolutionary psychology, we can actually then bring that into the behavior, whether we're man or woman, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yeah, but you haven't been in my brain where I can actually be focused on the task and still be thinking about a different task at the same time.
That's the artist, right? That's the beauty of being the artist. It's
That's
like
why-
Pablo Picasso said.
That's why I always have a notepad next to me, is because I'm busy writing down stuff so that I don't, because your brains are for having thoughts, they're not for holding thoughts.
Yeah, they come through you.
Yeah,
They come
and
through
so
you.
I always have a notebook next to me to write stuff down as I'm going so that I don't lose it and so that I can continue doing whatever I'm doing.
Beautiful. I love it. I love that. That's the thing is allowing that flow to come through and then using the mind as the amplifier, hey?
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, and I'm smart enough that I use the pen to capture it before it's lost.
I love it. And Stuart, how's your week, bro?
Mate, my week's been great. Yeah, I've been the place that I work for is working in partnership with a group of doctors, and we're fitting out a new medical imaging practice. But it's really cutting edge stuff. They're doing something completely different in just the business model that they've set up and the way that they're partnered with our company. They're going live on Monday, and I'm heading out there again today. But it's really interesting being around people that are kind of thinking differently and challenging what everyone else is doing. It's been a really nice week. Yeah, just being around that environment, and it was always something where I was like, I'd love to be able to see, how they do it, how they pull their business model together, how they fund it. And I'm around all those guys that are doing that. So something that I thought maybe I'd like to do, but I didn't have the funding or the capability or, I'm the worker. I'm around the people that I'm kind of like, you know what? I could potentially go into partnership with these guys. I've got something that I can give now. I'm trying to work out how do I pull people together, or how do I put myself in a situation where potentially the next opportunity to set up one of these sites, I could be part of that as well. So it's just been a really cool week to kind of see all of this unfolds and have some, light bulb moments go off in my mind.
Dude, I just have one question for you, because I'm feeling like similar thing, you know, that post business mastery. Would you say that it's because of attending the business mastery now you look at things differently? Because I'm sure you've been in similar situations before. It's not the first time you're doing this, but now you have this different type of awareness, different way of seeing things. Like I can say for myself, definitely, I can't ever read like these email newsletters the same way again. Like I'm looking for the structure, like where's the where's the hook, where's the thing, where's the story, where's the hero? I'm like, boom.
Yeah, I think I've heard the words opportunity seeking a lot throughout my business life, but I think, like you said, Renat, post business mastery, I think I actually know what that means, and I think I'm actually looking for those opportunities and not necessarily seeing everything, but seeing where there are opportunities and going, you know what, do I want to be part of this? No, I don't want to be part of it. But, or, wow, look at what this guy's trying to create. I'm seeing those things now, which I probably didn't see before, or my focus was so much on myself that I didn't see what else was out there and what was being created around me.
Wisdom. Well said.
So, yeah.
It's interesting, hey? We once we start listening more, we start to actually see what's possible.
Yes.
Listening and also being in that mindset, right? Yeah, you're right. It's listening, right? Not so much in your head or trying to put out your own agenda, just being there, just being present too.
Mm. Mm. I love that. It's interesting. I'm curious with regards to your the opportunities that are coming to you. What are you feeling is resonant most for you in terms of alignment with your principles and values?
I okay, all right. That's a really interesting question because where I was previously working, I was very challenged with. I work in healthcare, and I've always worked for device companies. And the nice part about working in that industry is that occasionally you'll come across some really good projects where you're doing more for the community than you are doing for the bottom line. One of the challenges where I previously worked was where there was the opportunity to do some great work, but because you needed to hit a number, because there was a margin target, because there was something, we could have taken a little bit of a hit there. But because of those numbers and those targets, we weren't able to meet some of those, more community-minded projects that would have satisfied me along the way. I think in the new opportunities that I'm going towards, I think there's that flexibility where they're looking for that sort of thing. What can we do with older equipment? Who can we go out and help with what we're doing so that we can grow and promote our brand and show the great things that we can do? And I think that's what's resonating with me more is that the technology that we have isn't just for hitting a number and the focus. Yeah, of course, the focus is hitting a number. We're not a charity, but there's also the opportunity to do those other, work with countries like Fiji, PNG, some of the Pacific Islands that don't have the same level of health that we've got. And the organization I'm currently working for allows me to prioritize some of those projects, which is great.
Do you mind if I ask one more question? Because I'm
Yeah, go for
curious.
it. Yeah, yeah,
Uh, I'd love to know, like, if you can explain a little bit about what it is that the health side of things that you're up to, or what, like, just a little bit of specificity, if you don't mind.
Sure. So again, so I work in medical imaging. So a lot of that involves, it's X-ray, it's ultrasound, it's CT, it's MRI, and all of those sorts of things. The challenge that you've got in those, lesser developed countries is power. They don't have great amounts of power. There's a lot of government corruption in there where there's a lot of money that exchange hands, but the equipment goes there, but it doesn't actually ever get used. So some of these projects, it allows us to partner with government. It allows us to partner with doctors who are trying to go over there and make a difference. We can get our equipment over there, and they're targeted for specific programs. A lot of the condition just escapes my mind at the moment. But the focus on what you can diagnose from a chest X-ray, things like that. So a lot of things we're sending over there are battery-powered X-ray systems, smaller devices that allow people to make quick diagnosis and partner with Australian doctors who can then report those things over here. Secondhand equipment that we're not actually charging anything for that equipment. Things that are 10-year-old that maybe, either getting destroyed or getting pulled apart for scraps, we're able to send some of that equipment over there at no cost to the clinics or the hospitals so that they can start. So for mammography, we're sending over some equipment for that so that they can start off a screening program over in PNG.
What do you feel like you need?
I think I feel that I need that I'm doing some good, that I'm doing something good, or that I'm doing something with purpose. I think that's the biggest challenge for me that I've had is that, look, I'm pretty fortunate. I'm, I haven't wanted for anything. I've never struggled financially. I'm not earning a lot, but I'm not struggling either. And I guess I've always waited for when that bad time is going to come. And I guess getting to where I am at the moment, I'm just thinking, you know what? I'm really fortunate. How can I give back and keep doing things positively? Because I guess in the back of my mind, I'm always waiting for when a thing's going to turn and go pear-shaped.
I'm curious if have you heard of Fountain Life?
No.
So Fountain Life is part of Tony's space. Curious if what you're doing would align in terms of Fountain Life down in Australia. I was going to meet with Bhavan, the CFO, earlier today, but him and I are gonna probably meet next week. But maybe look into it. Look, I would give you just a suggestion. Look into Fountain Life, see if there's something there that aligns. And then who knows, what kind of alignment we can create there. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there because it sounds like it's in your line of work, and what Fountain Life does in terms of health and doing good and things like this. It could be very integrating.
Can I say something?
You can say anytime, whenever you want. Of
I
course.
just, yeah, in my previous life, I'm originally from Russia, so I had business in healthcare space, medical equipment. So 6 years with my partner. So I was selling X-rays, ultrasounds, all this MRI, all this stuff.
Yeah.
I know very well when you say about corruption and all these things, but there are two things. One, even the system is very corrupted, and you can imagine how Russian system is corrupted. So I think, yeah, so similar things in PNG in this type of countries. But there are always people, even in these systems, who have like, real, they have this source of influence. And even in badly corrupted system, there are this type of people. So if you find these people, they will help you to spread it. Like there are always kind of good people helping and genuinely interested. It's one thing. I was lucky. I had these people. And the second, there is always, even it looks like it's poor countries, but they have a private sector. And so, in commercial space, there is no corruption. They poor, they don't have money. But if you offer them secondhand equipment or some programs, they would be happy to participate. You can negotiate some kind of maybe deal with them, so they won't charge customers. So it's really something really minimum. So it would be equal, like is government healthcare. So just two these things.
Yeah, no, great. Thank you.
Cool. Love it. Rinat, do you want to share how your week's been, what you're working on? What do you feel like? Whatever you feel like. I don't know. I'm just thinking. We haven't heard from you yet. You've been silent.
I actually resonate a lot with what Nicole was saying, because let me share one moment. Yesterday, my student from South Africa came over to visit me. That was a very I don't know, touching experience, I'd say, because I always say that those years that I spent in 3.5 years that I spent in South Africa teaching kids that I didn't know, would probably never see again, and we left everything in Russia and we moved over to South Africa with my wife to teach kids. Most of them were like disadvantaged kids from just receiving scholarship, and now that young man is all grown up, graduated, came to visit me and expressed that gratitude, and that felt really fulfilling and good. And what Nicole said about writing notes and whatnot, I felt yesterday maybe I looked like a madman sometimes, because I was speaking to my student, trying to help him with his goals and whatnot, and at the same time all these ideas with my work keep coming up, and I talk to him and then I scribble on the side on the board, and I talk to him and then like take a picture of this before I forget. I'm like, man, this must be looking really weird from this. But yeah, a lot of stuff happening at both at my current place of work and with the projects that I'm looking to launch. One of those I know Stuart probably remembers was the electric vehicle rental business, which I was looking to scale. I've been doing it for almost 3-4 years now, and I was looking to scale it. But when I wanted to scale it before business mastery, I was always facing issues like finance was hard to get, and all this like just was challenge after challenge. And then we attended business mastery, and actually I put that idea on hold because it seemed like too much. And then we had the business mastery. This huge mind shift happened, and when speaking to my coach, he also Aaron, he helped me understand that if you focus on money, how to make more money, you'll get problems. But if you focus on solving problems and bringing value, money will come regardless. So this is where in this past week, since we last met, that electric vehicle rental idea, it just started happening all of a sudden by itself. Like I went to the bank to speak about my refinancing my mortgage, and they're like, if you want, we can give you business finance as well. I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yeah, because you have a mortgage, we can give you 100K, and you can buy like 2 cars, 3 cars, whatever, however much you can get. I'm like, wow, okay, that's interesting. And then Aaron also put me in touch with a lady that works for Tesla, and she's like willing to give some X demo vehicles and whatnot. And I'm like, wow. And yeah, like things just start happening because I'm not after them not really looking to make money, just looking to see where I can bring some value, because I have some young people who are also like eager and keen to drive electric, but they can't get finance, or they don't know how to make it happen. And this is where, again, to my student yesterday, I was explaining, when I got my first Tesla, it was way beyond like my normal, like I couldn't afford it in a normal sense of way. Even our principal had some suspicions, I guess, regarding where I get money from. But I made it work because I came up with a business idea and business model to make it work. And actually, like, I was driving a car that was out of my reach, but it was also generating money for me. And now I just want to share this kind of model with the young people who are also keen and interested, but wouldn't be able to normally get finance. And I just want to enable them to have the same experience. And like this simple mind shift from making money to solving problems, and then things just start happening by itself. This, I think, was the most interesting experience of the past week, where this is literally happening on the side. Like, I'm busy at work, busy with our main venture that we want to start, and this is just happening on the side by itself. I'm like, wow.
Rinat, there is a community because it's so focused on environment. So like circular economy community, it's a lot of businesses, small businesses. I'll send you a few links and you might find like interesting, people who might be interested, interesting ideas. And I'm pretty sure there are a number of businesses who tried similar things in electrical vehicle space sharing and rental. So yeah, you can exchange some ideas and yeah.
Absolutely, that would be amazing. Thank you. Yeah, that's definitely something I experienced, because I had reached out to Tesla a number of times, like 2-3 times. I left some requests and whatnots, and no one ever came back. But then Aaron put me in touch with this lady from Tesla, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I know that guy, this guy, this guy. Like, just send me what you need, and like, if you need charging stations, we can organize. You need X demo vehicles, no problem." Like, wow.
Such a coincidence. I nearly signed contract with Tesla a couple of weeks ago before they announced all this, massive layoff. I nearly become project manager. They created profile on the system. Like, when you're like, how is it possible? So many businesses, and you're talking about Tesla.
Yeah, I heard about a bit layoffs.
Yeah.
And I think too, like the component of power that you mentioned earlier with regards to needing to make a profit, right? Like, what can we do so that we don't need to, that we can actually create that sustainable model where it's more regenerative and it doesn't become about the profit, it becomes the support of the solution for the future, right? Because that is what's going to ultimately create more wealth for the planet, right? For our people, because ultimately the real wealth is the people, is the planet. And so this is the real focus that we get to create in the infrastructure, in the existing infrastructure, and transition it to a more sound infrastructure that isn't based off of oh, guess who just messaged me? Bavan from Fountain Life. Speaking of, so this is the thing: is if we can really focus more on building an infrastructure around nurturing our economic system based off of sound exchange. And when I say sound exchange, it's give more than you ever expect to receive, do to others as you would like to have done unto yourself. Then as a result, everything benefits everybody equally. Harmony.
Yes. I'm sorry, Olga, I think Nicole and Stuart actually missed your project, because I think Olga's project is really, to me at least, looks very bold, inspiring, and something that, I don't know, just fascinated me in a sense.
Oh, really? Yeah, that's cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to
Sure.
share experience with women, mostly women in surfing. So yeah, building wave resorts. So you'll have waves all year round, guaranteed waves and guaranteed good experience, enjoying and spending like 1-2 weeks, great time, improving your surf skills and surfing in a great company with other women, but not necessarily women. So it's not like focused on female side.
Wow, that's amazing. Where are you based, Olga?
Sunshine Coast. So I recently moved. I moved just in February. So yeah, living my dream.
So nice.
Because you know where I live, Olga, is actually the surf capital of Australia,
Yeah.
which I find really funny.
Which city is that?
Torquay, it's where the Bells Beach Surf Carnivals hold every year. So it was the first one. So it's the home of Rip Curl and all of the surf brands that actually started here in Torquay.
Cool. I love it. What do you guys all need? So Olga, like what do you need? Nicole, what do you need?
I
I did
actually,
not. What do you need?
Eric, I'm sure you know Gil Petersil.
Yeah, of course.
Yes,
Very well.
I like how he phrases that same question. He's like, who do you want or who do you need to manifest in your life to help you on your journey?
Great question.
So can I start?
Yeah.
So I have quite clear vision what how it's gonna look. So pretty complete vision, I would say. I've done some numbers, but I kind of question myself how they because they look a bit kind of over optimistic. So what I need, not what, probably who. So I'm definitely not in the right environment at the moment because people question when I'm talking to them like, oh, that looks like a dream. It's like not possible. Like, well, I see it's very possible. It's very realistic. So what I need, probably people. So I don't know, team. I'm not saying it's like exactly investors, but like-minded who could be like, who would be excited as I am and see the value of the project. And money, they kind of come along, but the initial original idea is to sharing this experience and providing this opportunity to everyone, because surfing is seen something like, you need to be slim, in very good physical shape. It's only for very certain, type of people. That's really wrong. So anyone can surf. So anyone who loves the water, ocean, enjoys, should be able to have access to this experience. So in just swapping from just holiday laying on the beach to this cool, activity.
I would also say that surfing is very freeing. Like it really gives you an experience that makes you feel really connected to, something greater. At least for me, it's very like surfing is like, wow, it just, you're on top of the water, you're gliding. So there's a definite deeper meaning there, at least again, from my perspective.
Yeah, exactly. And what is amazing, so what I can solve so many of your problems, it's just amazing. So it's the best way of therapy for anyone who I never really met anyone who wouldn't not enjoying ocean or water, just a few people, but probably because they didn't have proper introduction to this beautiful,
So what kind of investors, like what does that mean in terms of the people and environment that you want to create? I'm very curious because water is very important.
Yeah. So I'm project manager, so I know how to work with any project from feasibility through study, from development phase, design through construction. So, working on operational sites as well. But before all these things, so I'm immature in this space, and yeah, so I don't really know how to start, how to move to this, active phase. Do you understand what I mean?
So basically structuring it, is this what you're
No,
asking?
it's structured. It's already I can share. So it's quite, it's so I can share it has schedule, cash flow, everything. But how to, yeah, it took me like one night when Renat asked me
So to speak, are you saying to
question.
speak to
Yeah.
speak to the right people that would be curious and interested? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
Okay.
needs some, I guess, mastermind group with. I've seen her presentation. I've seen her numbers. I mean, I didn't dive into them, but I've seen them, and I really like. I like how it's structured in a way. But I think, look, Stuart here is in sales, and it's actually something that I've been thinking about. Like, what is the minimum uh, viable team? Not minimum viable product, but what is the minimum viable team to start any kind of venture? So you probably need a project manager, you need marketing, you need, I don't know, some business manager. So yeah, I think this is where Olga needs support at this point to package it up nicely and to be able to present and pitch it in different formats, like 20-second, 5-minute format.
Yeah, love it. Yes.
A story.
Yes, story. Actually, yes, that's what
Storyboarding, yeah.
next on my recommendation list.
That's
It's
the
like my
story.
husband asked me, why is it, I don't get this, but why is it people would be interested in it? Are you kidding? In a couple of minutes, I was like, okay, yes, it sounds interesting.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like, you need to come up with a one-liner, one paragraph, and like one-page type of story that would explain in a nutshell, depending on how much time you have. Because this is
Why don't you try right now? Give it to us in a nutshell, in a sentence or two. What is your project about?
Oh, it's hard. Yeah, getting surfing experience, doesn't matter what the conditions, what's your age, what's your physical ability. So enjoying water in a beautiful environment, a beautiful place, any time of a year. So guaranteed surf experience in a really good supportive environment with professional coaches and surf academy. And if you don't want to surf, that's okay. You just can stay and enjoy the Sunshine Coast environment and, beautiful food and people. People are really good here.
Does
So
surfing like unlock your freedom or, do something where it unleashes something so that you can say that we're, come to our thing because, you get a feeling of freedom. You get a feeling of getting in touch with your adventurous self or something like that where you can,
Yeah.
if it's your one liner, you can kind of hook someone in to go, well, okay, tell me more. I need something like that.
Yeah, it's wash out all your problem. When I go drive surfing, it's like 5 a.m., it's dark and like you're sleepy. And when I drive back, it's 6 minutes drive from my favorite surf spot to home. I'm so happy, for no reason. I don't know how to explain, but you just feel full of energy. Everything is possible, you energize, you're happy. So that's the best drug you can get. Yeah, that's a drug. Surfing is a drug.
what
Good.
about what about Soul Surf Academy, a place where your spirit can dance, or your place where your spirit shines?
It sounds cool. I'm just conscious, some people are quite skeptical, like, technical, and they're like, it's like, no?
you can have
But
different types of
if
things.
I may suggest, the people that you want to invest into this project need to be emotionally compelled. And
Yeah,
so
that's
when you're looking for people that are in love with what you're doing and want to be investors, that is what's going to speak to them, is that soul surf academy that drives your spirit. You don't want investors that are from the mind. You want investors that are coming at you from the spirit, because
Yeah, that's
that
true.
is what's going to move the needle here, is passion.
Yeah, that's passion is the right word. Yeah, that's true. So in my group in back in Netherlands, there's all sorts of, ladies now, it's boys as well. And even people with disabilities, they surf. And it's amazing. And I have a lady, everyone says like, oh, how can you surf? You're not supposed to, you're just supposed to slowly walk. But I don't care. I just, take a lot of painkillers. And she has always like, her hands, they're so bent and broken everywhere, but she loves it so badly. It's like the best thing what she, so
I love it. I love it. So yeah, I think that's maybe I would love to see your thing when you can send it over.
yeah, probably I need to make it looking much, better and different after what you said. Oh, you said.
Nicole, what do you need?
I don't know what I need at the moment because I'm pretty focused at the moment. I'm going through because I'm getting ready to go in a week's time to the Platte Adventure trip in New Zealand.
Cool.
So I don't know who else is going that. That's going to be awesome. But I'm going through my next focus is finish off some of these things that I've got holding in the air so that I can go away and enjoy the adventure trip and not be worried about the balls that I have in the air over here. So I'm a bit more in completion mode at the moment of trying to complete a few projects so that I can step out and totally immerse myself in the adventure trip without distraction. But I must say, I'm going to get all esoteric on you in here for a minute because I was compelled to draw some cards for everyone. And I just want to show you because it was hilarious. It was hilarious because as Renee was talking, they're the cards that I drew for the group, which is regeneration. So regeneration is all about opportunities you thought were dead are actually being dormant and they're starting to build and starting to grow again. And they may be growing and they're growing. It's like when you cut back a plant in before winter and then in spring it all grows again. So your ideas and things that you've been working on have actually just been dormant. They're not actually dead, that you thought they may have been dead. Then the energy in the background, which is the middle one, is higher power in protection, which is you've been busy focusing on, because this made me laugh when Renee said it, because I'd actually drawn these cards before you started speaking a minute ago. And it was, this is now the time to reflect on what you've been thinking about in the background. Have you been concentrating on the money? Have you been concentrating on the how? Have you been concentrating on the getting lost in the detail instead of releasing and having things just come to you? And if you can do all of that and just release and let things come to you, then that's when everything becomes peaceful. It's better. You get a quiet mind. Your heart's fulfilled. You get the freedom and you get the satisfaction, and everything is exactly as it should be.
Oh, so deep.
What's the third one? That's the
third one. That's peace. Yeah, so that's the third one as you go into it. So it was just, it was just really funny because I was just really drawn to draw some cards for the great before and I got those before you started speaking about your car journey and
Yes.
the not focusing on the money.
Yes, but this is literally that this describes very well how I feel about it now, because I mean we discussed it with Stuart prior, if you remember. And I was like, oh no, like that's too much. I'm just
Yeah.
giving up, or rather, like you said, put it on hold. But now it's just if it's happening by itself, then why not?
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, mate. Well done.
Thank you for sharing that. It was really beautiful. It really means a lot of wisdom there.
Was there's something in it for everyone? Because I asked about the,
Always.
but it was just I'm sitting there as Renee was talking, and I'm just going, oh yeah, this is why we've got these today.
It's all a mirror, so it's always for everybody.
Mm-hmm. It is.
I'm very grateful for today, and it was amazing to see each and every one of you. Excuse me, and to catch up again, Stuart and Anat. I hope Nicole and Olga, we get to see you guys my apologies, you ladies next week. And have fun. If I don't see you before when is it 10th? The adventure trip?
No, it's the 14th, but I'm flying out of here on the 12th, which is the Sunday.
Well, hopefully we'll see you next week then.
Yeah. So I should be here next week.
Amazing. It was a gift. I'm very grateful. And if there's anything that I can do for anybody, please reach out. Really grateful to meet you all, and let's keep this going. I love these calls. They're great.
So awesome. I love it.
Thank you very much, guys.
Thanks, everyone.
Have a
Thank you.
great
Big
week.
love.
Have a good weekend.
Thanks, everyone.